What if the most brilliant minds of our time, after traveling every ideological and spiritual path, found their ultimate answers in the same place? What if a lifelong journey of seeking, from the world of journalism to the depths of mysticism, led to an unexpected destination? This is the story of two remarkable men, Stephen Schwarz and Mark Hansen, whose very different lives converged on a shared spiritual truth, forever changing their destiny and the landscape of Islam in the West. In life, some people follow a straight, well-paved path from beginning to end, but others are restless souls, intellectual wanderers who travel through countless roads, searching not just for truth, but for a God they can truly connect with. Stephen Schwarz is one such seeker. He is more than a journalist. He is a spiritual explorer who walked through the landscapes of communism, labor activism, Jewish mysticism, and Catholic theology. For him, Islam was not the beginning of his journey, but the final peaceful destination. Then there is the story of Mark Hansen, a young man who was raised in a quiet Christian home. His journey was not a slow, intellectual inquiry, but a sudden, life-altering awakening. Through a near-death experience, he was forced to confront the biggest questions of existence head-on. That moment propelled him on a quest that would ultimately transform him into one of the most respected Islamic scholars and spiritual leaders in the United States, known to the world today as Sheikh Hamza Yusuf. Two very different paths, one common destination, Islam. Stephen Schwarz was born in 1948 in Columbus, Ohio, into a family with a unique religious background. His father was a secular Jew, while his mother was the daughter of a Protestant minister. This blend of traditions from the very beginning shaped his intellectual curiosity. As a young man, he was drawn to radical politics, embracing communism and becoming an activist for workers' rights. Yet he soon realized that while these ideologies offered a vision for a better world, they left the deepest questions of the soul unanswered. He was an ideological traveler, not a political one. His journey took him deeper. He immersed himself in the rich heritage of Jewish mysticism and explored the depths of Catholic theology. He studied the works of spiritual masters, read holy books, and engaged in deep conversations with religious leaders. Each path offered him a piece of the puzzle, but none of them felt complete. He felt like a traveler who had seen many beautiful cities but had not yet found his home. For a long time, Islam remained a foreign concept to him, a religion he knew little about from a distance. Then he encountered the writings of Sufis, the mystics of Islam, and something shifted within him. He was captivated by their concept of a loving, merciful God and the profound spiritual depth of their teachings. It was a new perspective, one that seemed to bring together the intellectual rigor he craved with the spiritual peace he yearned for. He began studying the Quran, not just as a text but as a living guide. What he found was a religion that was both logical and spiritually fulfilling, a balance he had never found before. In the end, after exploring nearly every major religion in the world, Stephen Schwarz found his answer in the simple truth of Islam. The intellectual wanderer had finally come home, and the search was over. While Stephen Schwarz's journey was intellectual, Mark Hansen's was born from a moment of crisis. Mark, born in 1959 in Washington State, was a young Christian who felt a deep sense of restlessness in the world around him. He was a seeker, but he had not yet found his direction. Then, at the age of 17, a life-altering event occurred. He was in a serious car accident, a moment that could have ended his life. It was a near-death experience, a moment of profound clarity. As he lay there, a thought resonated in his mind. Life is not about living forever. It is about finding truth before you're gone. The accident propelled him on a desperate search for meaning. He delved into philosophy, music, and the teachings of other religions, including Judaism and Greek philosophy. But it was his discovery of Islam that finally offered him the clarity he needed. He began to explore the Quran and the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and was struck by the logical coherence of the Islamic worldview. The idea of one God, the purpose of life, and the clear path to righteousness, the truth resonated with his soul. In 1977, at the age of 18, he embraced Islam and took the name Hamza Yusuf. He had found his truth, but his journey was just beginning. He felt a deep need to learn the religion from its source. He left America and traveled to the Arab world. A spiritual guide from the United Arab Emirates saw his passion and offered to sponsor his studies. In the UAE, Hamza Yusuf studied at prestigious institutions, immersing himself in Arabic and traditional Islamic sciences. He learned from masters, links in an unbroken chain of traditional Islamic scholarship. This rigorous study transformed him from a convert to a scholar, giving him a powerful voice and a deep understanding of the faith. The stories of Stephen Schwarz and Sheikh Hamza Yusuf are not just tales of personal transformation, they are a testament to a broader phenomenon. They show that Islam is a faith that appeals to the intellect as much as the heart, drawing in seekers from diverse backgrounds who are looking for a complete and logical way of life. These men, one a journalist and the other a scholar, represent a modern form of conversion that is rooted in sincere intellectual and spiritual conviction, not just cultural heritage. Their journeys highlight a core principle. Guidance can come from anywhere, whether it's through a restless intellectual pursuit or a life-altering experience. They demonstrate that the path to Islam is a personal one, a search for a truth that feels both universal and profoundly intimate. Their stories defy stereotypes, showing that a person's upbringing or background does not define their spiritual destiny. Through this rigorous study, Sheikh Hamza Yusuf developed into a leading voice of classical Islamic thought in the West. His journey was not without controversy. In a post-9/11 world where Islam was often portrayed as a threat, his voice became even more crucial. He used his platform to counter extremism and Islamophobia, teaching that Islam is a religion of light and mercy, not fear. He spoke regularly at international forums, interfaith dialogues, and academic institutions, building bridges of understanding between Muslims and non-Muslims. He urged Muslims to embody the mercy of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and to rise above the noise of hate, an act of quiet leadership in the face of immense pressure. His journey from a small town in Washington to the halls of the White House and international stages reflects more than just personal transformation. It reflects the depth and dignity of true faith. As for Stephen Schwarz, his controversial past as an ideological traveler and his public conversion as a journalist added a powerful dimension to the public discourse as he became a vocal advocate for Islam's peaceful and intellectual nature. Their powerful journeys prove that Islam is not a foreign threat, but a timeless truth that offers healing to the soul. As Sheikh Hamza Yusuf once said, "Islam didn't just answer my questions, it healed my soul." With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.